My mom just got deported. My mom just got deported. It's so not fair. It's so not fair. She's literally not a criminal. Like, she's literally just paid her taxes. She's literally just... We're not safe. No one's safe. Please. Hug your loved ones, please.
I wish I could say fuck them, right? Fuck you! No, I can't say it no more, bro. Fuck me! I'm the fucking problem! Fuck!
Did y'all hear about the Latino Trump supporters that are devastated about him doing exactly what he said he was going to do?
Didn't vote for this, but I definitely voted Republican.
You said I didn't vote for this. What did you think you had voted for?
I really thought this was just going to be something organized. But it's obviously not. They just blanket everybody.
Well, you voted for this.
Yeah, I've heard that from people.
What do you tell those people?
I'm sorry. I didn't know that this was going to happen. This is about human beings. It's not about left or right. It's about right and wrong.
Supposedly 60% of Hispanics voted for Donald Trump. And I'm going to say, fuck you. Fuck you. You're going to realize in January that you are not the chosen one. You are not that close to whiteness. And you're going to find out that this Project 2025 is absolutely going to affect you. And I can't wait. I guess I can't wait. It's going to happen inevitably. We can try to fight as much as we can, but why should I fight for you? See, I'm in a position that I can move anywhere that I want to. Unfortunately, my husband keeps me hostage in Florida. But honestly, if we wanted to pick up and move, we can. We're financially able. Most people can't. They're not in that position for them to financially leave their place, go to a blue state if they wanted to, or live in a different country. You will be stuck here with Donald Trump's policies, which will affect your children. It's going to affect your children, especially if your children have IEPs. He wants to dismantle education. If you're a black person, he's going to make sure that they don't teach black history. Y'all motherfuckers lost your mind. Who the hell do you think you are? And I'm thinking of Latinos. They took fucking history of Latino culture, of African American history. What about the LGBTQ? Some of those motherfuckers voted for Trump too. He don't like you. They're trying to do away with you. Listen, 81% of the uneducated voted for Trump. Trump has told you he loves the uneducated because you are easily manipulated.
Imagine your vote being the final nail in your father's life. Meet Cynthia. She voted for President Taco in the 2024 election, and her father is undocumented. Well, Immigrations and Customs Enforcement decided to pick up her dad and detain him. And here's the worst part about it. Her father has stage 4 colon cancer and is terminally ill and has roughly about 6 months left to live.
This is about being human, about love, connection, and presence. The one thing he needs the most is the one thing that we're being kept from giving him, which is us.
Well, I really hate to say this, Cynthia, but your vote is the thing that's keeping you guys separate. And honestly, I know that you love him, but your vote says otherwise, knowing that he's undocumented.
I feel that it would be immoral and inhumane to let a man who is suffering, who is terminally ill, spend what little time he has left in pain and isolation.
See, instead of spending his last 6 months with his family with some dignity, he's now stuck in an ICE detention center because of your vote. And those 2 clips that you saw was actually Cynthia doing a testimonial to the ICE detention facility to see if they would actually release him, and they actually denied the request. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen in this situation, but I honestly feel like her vote pretty much is the final nail. And in this instance, I actually do genuinely feel really bad for the father. No one should be spending the last 6 months in this type of situation.
I really don't understand how Latinos for Trump supported mass deportation without asking one question. What if this happened to my cousin, to my brother, to my sister, to my wife, or even to my best friend? They only cared about themselves. And that's why empathy is very important. So let's have a look. Please like and hype the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments, alright? Let's get into it.
Honestly, I don't feel bad for you at all. The reason why I don't feel bad for you is because when you were at that ballot, you casted your vote and you were okay with knowing that you were voting for other girls having their daddy taken away from them. You were voting for other little girls having to come home and not have their daddy there anymore. You were voting for other families to have their daddy be deported, and you were fine with it, and you were okay with that. In fact, that's what you chose. That's what you use your American right to choose, and you were fine with choosing that for other people. But the only reason why you're even having some type of remorse or sympathy is because it happened to you when you never thought it would. So I feel like you and your daddy just need to download WhatsApp. Y'all will be okay. You'll be okay. You will. And hopefully you'll use this as a learning lesson. And hopefully you will educate yourself and really research what you're voting for before you vote next time. I don't understand how, as a child of immigrants or as a immigrant yourself, you would vote for an administration that is totally against you. That is insane and inexcusable. There's no excuse for that.
They took my wife.
This man who wished not to be identified says his wife is from Venezuela and has lived in the United States for a few years. She was one of 3 people taken from this home. I'm told the 2 others were men who worked in construction. You see them here. This video, only a minute and 52 seconds long, we do not see his wife being removed from the home. But this is a picture of her that he keeps in his wallet. Her name is Vianis Ramirez, and he says she was in the process of becoming a United States citizen.
She already had a court date. She was good. Everything was good. He just came in and snatched her.
These are pictures from the Department of Homeland Security detaining other undocumented men and women in Broward County.
It's despicable what they're doing right now. It's very embarrassing.
President Donald Trump arrived at his Trump National Golf Resort in Doral Saturday, set to host GOP leaders for a conference. This man hopes this message makes it to him.
I get a chance to talk to you, man. Yo, please, man, let's work something out. So, you, man, let me keep my wife here in the United States, man. She deserves to be here, man.
Let's talk about Latinos for Trump for a second. And I've been meaning to make this video for a while. As many of you may know, right now, Latinos for Trump are currently in the FO phase of FAFO. From the spouses of Trump supporters being detained by ICE, to Latinos for Trump being pulled over by ICE, to Cubans and Venezuelans being banned from entering the US despite overwhelmingly supporting and voting for Donald Trump. If you have a Latino for Trump in your family, whether it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, or uncle, stop talking to them. Just completely outcast them from your life. Let them go to that group of people that they're so desperately trying to assimilate to. Let them try to fit in. Because one thing about Latinos for Trump is that they put assimilation and subservience over their own dignity. And you don't want that rubbing off on you. Because remember, guys, no matter how hard they try to assimilate, no matter how desperately they try to fit in, no matter how badly they want to be accepted, no matter how many MAGA hats they wear, no matter how many Trump rallies they go to, they will never be seen as the same. And I've always said they're going to find that out the hard way, and it looks like it's already happening. But anyways, if you have a Trump supporter in your family, let them go, let them fend for themselves, let them assimilate. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
This conservative husband in California is finding out the hard way. Dan Buckingham voted for the tough-on-immigration politician, and now he's begging for mercy because they took his wife. His wife, Julie, had her final green card interview 2 days before Thanksgiving, but because she once overstayed her visa, officers handcuffed her and took her to a detention center. Dan got 1 minute to say goodbye to his wife. I'm sure you feel real stupid wearing that fight, fight, fight shirt, don't you now, Dan? It's a good thing you weren't riding Fafo with that disgusting t-shirt, because he would have bucked you off, right, Fafo? That's my boy. An immigration director says this is the new normal. ICE arresting people at appointments to hit daily targets. Dan calls it counterproductive. But for years, I'm sure Dan called it justice. He supported a system that treats visa overstayers worse than actual violent criminals. So what's the matter, Dan? You got exactly what you voted for. An immigration system with no mercy and no thought behind it. Just, they're dark enough, and they speak another language. Get 'em! You were fine with it when it was other people's families. Now it's your wife getting shipped across the border.
So I really want to point out again that no amount of solid information is going to help people who voted for and support this president, this administration. And I think there is no better example of that than something that's kind of going around circulating in the news. And that is the story about Bradley Bartell and his wife, Camilla. They just got married and they were on their honeymoon. On their way back from their honeymoon, Camilla was detained and then is now being held by Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement. That is because she is not a legal resident of the United States. Specifically, she overstayed her visa. And knowing this, Bradley voted for this president anyway. He voted for this president that we have now. He voted for it. With all the rhetoric about deportations, with all this rhetoric, he voted for this president, with knowing he was going to get married to someone who had overstayed their visa and who risked deportation. But the point here is that these people have something called positional morality. They place themselves, and that's the key word, they place themselves in the bucket of being moral. And they believe that because he voted for the president, that they are sort of protected. And I think further my assessment is that conservatives, what we now call MAGA, they don't view criminals as individuals who commit crimes. They view criminals as a specific type of person that they themselves decide if they're in or they're out, which is why they could vote for someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies. The point here is this man married someone he knew could be at risk, but his positional morality and his determination of what is a criminal blinded him. And even now, I don't know what he's thinking right now, but even now, many people fail to see the real threat assessment because of this false positional morality and the false view that they have of what type of person is a criminal. Even someone who commits crimes is not necessarily a criminal to them because of that positional morality. And thousands of people are going to have a story just like these two had, and nothing you say is going to change them.
I think many Trump voters, they supported policy because they believe those policies will only affect someone else. But policies, they don't care who you voted for. They affect everybody. Latinos for Trump thought by supporting Trump and his immigration agenda, they'll be seen as different or even being accepted. But history has shown us again and again that proximity to whiteness doesn't guarantee protection or even acceptance. When the system decides who belongs and who doesn't, they check your name, they see your skin color, they hear your accent, they don't care about your political affiliation. And that's why when you're voting, it is very important to think beyond yourself. Ask if a policy is good for my community, Will this policy protect families or will it create unnecessary suffering, you see? But unfortunately, many Latinos for Trump, they didn't think about other people. They didn't think about the poor children who are going to be separated from their own families. They didn't care how their communities will be turned into pain and suffering. And look at what is happening right now. Innocent people, even those who are citizens, are losing their life on the streets, People are being racially profiled. Pain has become normal in their community just because of their vote. This is a reminder that elections do matter. They shape laws, they shape communities, and they shape our future. And once our choices become law, changing them, it's not easy, So vote with your eyes wide open and understand the likely consequences of the policies that you support. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.